Welcome to Oregon, and nope, not all of them were hiking off trail or chasing Bigfoot. Some just poofed mid-latte. Let's dive into the weirdest cases of people going missing in Oregon. Kyron was a 7-year-old who vanished from Skyline Elementary in Portland during a science fair. His stepmom reportedly dropped him off, but he never made it to class. Despite search parties, media coverage, and polygraph tests, no one has been charged. His disappearance became one of Oregon's most high-profile cases. The stepmom failed multiple polygraphs and became the main suspect, but there's no solid evidence. Over a decade later, there's still no sign of Kyron or answers. How does a child just disappear at school? That's like losing your Wi-Fi in the middle of a Zoom call. Unacceptable and suspicious. If the stepmom's story had more holes, it'd be a bagel. You don't flunk a polygraph multiple times and walk away like it's a job interview. Portland had hundreds of people searching and still came up empty. He literally vanished between finger painting and volcano displays. If this isn't the FBI's Roman Empire, I don't know what is. 2. The Cowden family, 1974. The Cowdens, Richard, Belinda, and their 2 kids disappeared during a Labor Day camping trip. Their belongings and truck were found abandoned, but the family was missing. 7 months later, their bodies were discovered in a remote cave. The case was ruled a homicide, but there were no arrests. One suspect, a known killer, was never charged due to lack of evidence. The location was so remote, even Bigfoot was like, nah, too creepy. A whole family goes missing with their dog just chilling at camp like nothing happened. When even the dog's like, not my problem, you know it's a bad scene. The murderer waited months to be found, like a Netflix villain doing promo. The cave thing. Yeah, I'll never go spelunking again. It's giving family road trip meets satanic panic. The fact that the killer might have been known and still got away. Classic 70s police work. 3. Lisa Marie Prescott, 1990. Lisa was 19 when she vanished from a Medford motel. Her belongings, purse, and ID were all left behind in the room. No forced entry, no struggle, and no sightings after she checked in. Investigators found no leads, and the case went cold fast. Her family still believes foul play was involved. It's one of Oregon's eeriest disappearances due to the total lack of evidence. A girl disappears from a motel room with no noise, no mess, and no one seeing a thing. That's not a case, that's a glitch in the matrix. She didn't check out, she got deleted. This is why I wedge a chair under every hotel door like I'm prepping for the purge. Her case has zero evidence, not even a weird stain or shady guy on camera. It's giving Vanishing spell from Harry Potter, but real and tragic. If I disappear from a hotel room, just know I didn't go willingly and I definitely took snacks. 4. Kenneth Parks, 1989. Kenneth was a 32-year-old logger who disappeared during a hunting trip. He was last seen heading into the woods in Josephine County. His car and hunting gear were found, but there was no trace of him. Experienced in the outdoors, he wasn't expected to get lost easily. Multiple search teams found nothing. It's still considered one of the strangest wilderness disappearances in the state. If a logger disappears in the woods, we are officially out of excuses. Like that's his home turf. That'd be like me getting lost inside Target. He didn't just get turned around, he got yeeted out of existence. When your hunting gear is left behind, but your body isn't. Yeah, that's suspect. Either Bigfoot got bold, or the trees are covering for someone. I'm not saying Oregon forests are alive, but I'm not saying it. 5. John Devine, 1997. John, 73, disappeared while hiking near Mount Baldy in Lane County. He told his son his exact route but never returned during the search. A helicopter crashed, killing 3 rescuers. Despite extensive efforts, his body was never found. John was an experienced hiker in good health. His disappearance remains one of Oregon's most cursed hiking incidents. A search helicopter crashed and they still never found the guy. That's a cursed side quest. This hike had more casualties than the actual event. John was a senior citizen with a solid plan, not someone out here freeballing in flip-flops. It's like nature said 2 for 1 special. And took the search team too. Honestly, at that point, shut the trail down and salt the earth. The whole mountain is probably haunted now. Not going. 6. Derek Ingebrigtsen, 1998. Derek was an 8-year-old who disappeared while searching for a Christmas tree with his dad. They were in the Winema National Forest when he vanished. His coat and a snow angel were found, but no other signs. Multiple searches failed to turn up anything else. There were reports of a suspicious man seen in the area. The case remains unsolved, going missing during a Christmas tree hunt. That's Lifetime movie turned horror real quick. They found a snow angel, as if that's not the creepiest thing in the world now. Kid disappears while doing something adorable with his dad. I hate it here. The suspicious man angle. Classic true crime bingo. This is why my tree comes from Costco. I want my pine needles fake and murder-free. 7. Michael Bryson 2020. Michael was 27 when he vanished from a party at Hobo Campground. He was reportedly acting strange before walking off into the woods. Friends claimed he was on drugs, but the details don't add up. His parents believe foul play was involved. His remains were found nearly 2 years later in a remote area. No cause of death has been determined. Okay, but the name Hobo Campground already screams red flag. Dude vanished from a party. How do you lose someone at a social event? His friends were like, he walked off, like that's normal. I've walked off from parties, sure, but I end up at Taco Bell, not in a missing persons case. Something shady went down and everyone suddenly got amnesia. It's giving cover-up. It's giving vibes. It's giving not the full story. 8. David Grubbs 2011. David, 23, was found decapitated on a well-lit bike path in Ashland. The murder weapon was never found. No witnesses came forward despite it happening in a public area. Police said the attack appeared professional. The FBI got involved, but the case remains unsolved. Locals were terrified, and many stopped using the path at night. Decapitated, in public, and no one saw a thing. Either this was a ninja or people in Ashland have terrible situational awareness. When the FBI calls it professional, that's code for this wasn't your average psycho. That bike path went from scenic shortcut to certified no-go zone overnight. He wasn't robbed, just killed and left like an episode of Dexter. If that doesn't scream hit job, I don't know what does. 9. Leah Freeman 2000. Leah, 15, went missing while walking home in Coquille. Her boyfriend said he last saw her near a friend's house. Her shoes were found in different locations. Her body was found 5 weeks later in the woods. The case went cold until her boyfriend was charged a decade later. He was convicted but maintains his innocence. Bro, really? Waited 10 years to get charged. What is this? Cold case, Oregon edition. Her shoes were scattered like breadcrumbs from a nightmare, and for 5 weeks she was just out there like no one cared to look. The boyfriend being the suspect was the most obvious plot twist since it was the butler, but of course he's still saying I didn't do it. Like that makes it less suspicious. Justice was delayed so long, the case needed a reboot. 10. John R. Hall 2015. John was last seen in Medford on his way to work. His car was found abandoned on a Forest Service road. He left behind his wallet, phone, and keys. No signs of foul play were found. He was reportedly struggling with mental health issues. Despite multiple searches, no trace of him has been located. He disappeared on the way to work. That's literally the dream, but in a tragic way, left his phone behind. Yeah, something was definitely wrong. That's like Gen Z smoke signal for I'm in danger. It's weird that there was no foul play, but also no trace of him. Forest Service roads are basically liminal spaces. Nothing good ever happens there. Oregon's trees probably know what happened, but they're not snitching. 11. Jeremy Bright. 1986. Jeremy was 14 when he disappeared during the Coos County Fair in Myrtle Point. He was with friends and planned to meet his mom later, but never showed up. Rumors included accidental shootings, foul play, and being buried in a well. Several people reported seeing him after his disappearance, but none were confirmed. The fairgrounds were searched extensively, no sign of him. To this day, the case is completely unsolved. Who goes missing at a county fair? Like, how do you vanish between corn dogs and Ferris wheels? If I ever disappear during fair season, check under the tilt-a-whirl. People had rumors about murder, and no one thought to report it immediately. Classic small-town energy. Also, why is there always a creepy well in these stories? This case had everything: theories, sightings, chaos, and still nothing. It's giving Stranger Things, but without the upside down or the closure. 12. Brandolin Carlson, 2002. Brandolin was last seen in Springfield, leaving a friend's house. She was 18 and had a young child at the time. Her car was found abandoned near the Mackenzie River. Personal items were inside, but there was no sign of a struggle. Authorities considered it suspicious, but never identified a suspect. Her family still believes she was abducted. If your car's left behind, person touched, and you just vanish, yeah, that's not a walk-away situation. She had a baby, she wasn't just ghosting life. And of course, they couldn't find a suspect. Oregon police be like, this case had no drama in the press, no Dateline buzz, just heartbreak. Feels like the kind of case that needs a web sleuth army to crack it. Her name deserves way more attention than it got. 13. Dennis Martin, 1969. There you have it, 12 people who vanished into Oregon's forests, rivers, mountains, and mysteries. Some were taken, some walked away, some just vanished. So if you're planning a trip to Oregon, bring a friend, a flare gun, and maybe a damn priest. Stay safe, stay weird, and hit that subscribe button unless you want to end up on my next list.